Hello, Leo, and welcome to your reading for the month of May, or whenever this video finds you. I don't believe in coincidences, so I trust that you're going to receive this message exactly as you should and exactly when you should. Now, Leo, if you're new here, I'm Jenny. I'm a shamanic healer. I'm a women's coach. I do these oracle videos once a month, as well as posting guided meditations and fitness and nutrition information here on my YouTube channel. I'm going to get started today with a little bit of Palo Santo, some energy hygiene. And I want you to know and trust that even if you're not here in the presence of the Palo Santo, even if you can't smell it or you're not present with the smoke or the smudge, that's perfectly fine, because it is none of these things that raises our energy. It is the spirit of the Palo Santo tree that does that. I'm going to read some cards today from the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle. This is by Kelly Smith. This is my favorite deck. I call this my OG deck because I've had it the longest. I have used it the most. I use it in all of my one-on-one sessions. I use it in my healing sessions. I also use it in my 16-week programs, the Nourish Your Temple program, where we do weekly group coaching calls, and my mastermind program, as well as in the Sacred Self-Empowered membership. Now, inside of that membership is where you will have access to the extended reading if you're joining me at the end as well. But first, let's see what is the primary energy for the Leo Collective for the month ahead. What is the primary energy that we're going to be working with here for the Leo Collective, please? Okay, fear. So everything that we do, it either comes from love or fear. And the fear card shows up when we are allowing fear to get in our way, to keep us stuck, to really and truly, let's just call a spade, when we're self-sabotaging. Not only do I call this my OG deck, but I also call this my tough love deck, because that's what this deck does. It calls us on our shit. It lets us know when we're getting in our own way, and it can be a little bit hard to hear sometimes, but I really appreciate that about this. Thank you, Miss Kelly Smith. By the way, you can find the link for these decks down below in the comments. This says your fears are keeping you from moving forward into the life that you deserve. And that happens all the time, right? Our fears make us feel like we're stuck. Our fears make us feel like we're blocked. Our fears give us imposter syndrome. Our fears cause our central nervous system to go into overdrive, and then we're stuck numbing out on our phone or binge eating food or drinking to cope and to numb out. There's so many different things that fear causes us to do, but this is saying that if we can release the fear, then the life that you've been dreaming of is right on the other side of that. I've often said in my coaching programs that on the other side of extreme anxiety is that imminent transformation, that shift, that up leveling that you know that you are here to experience. You've been doing the work, right? You've been healing. You've been looking at your shadow. You've been leaning into some spiritual practices. Maybe some of you even are reading cards yourself, I feel. Now, if you are sticking around for the extended reading at the end, I want you to focus on a question. And I'm going to pull a card from the Moonology Oracle that will help give you clarity on whatever that specific question is. So where is this fear coming in? We're also going to be looking at the romance angel. So maybe that fear is around a romantic relationship. And if so, we can definitely get some clarity there. And then finally, we'll pull a card from the Shaman's Dream Oracle, which is my personal favorite. I love the Intuitive Life Coaching for working with other people, but the Shaman's Dream, that's actually quite the sacred deck for me. I don't usually use it with other people, but I was really feeling called to bring it out for you today. We'll pull a card from that deck as well and we'll also do some more of these cards too. So if fear is getting in the way of you moving forward into the life that you deserve, what is going to help the Leo Collective the most with moving through their fear in this month ahead, please? What's going to help the Leo Collective the most? Okay, so I'm getting hidden treasure. So, I mean, I feel like it's your own intuition, right? Like your own intuition, these hidden treasures are your gifts, right? So this says you have brilliant untapped potential just waiting to be explored. Once you get through that fear, then it's going to be more obvious to you, but it's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg, right? It's like the gifts are going to help you move through the fear, And then on the other side of that fear are more of your gifts opening up. And I'm talking about your intuition, right? Like we all experience our intuition in different ways. Some of you might hear messages from spirit. For me, when I hear messages from spirit, it's typically in my left ear. You might see, like close your eyes, you can imagine things. When you go on meditations, you can see animals, plants, angels, deities, whoever, your ancestors, past loved ones, etc. You might get a clear knowing, like you don't know how you know things, you just know them, and then you find out that they're true. You might have a sense or a gut feeling. Those are your intuitive nudges, or maybe you feel things physically with your body. We all have our own intuitive gifts show up for us in different ways, and your intuitive gifts are going to help you move through this fear. So I'm really getting, for some of you, you want to make sure that you are upping your meditation practice, upping your spiritual practices this month, okay? Maybe automatic writing might work for some of you really well. When it comes to automatic writing, you might feel a little bit of resistance at first. And I just want to encourage you, like throw on a sound bath, light a candle. You got salt lamps, throw those bad boys on, get the energy of the vibration of the room up, smudge your home, use incense, whatever it is that helps you get into the zone, that helps you drop down easily. Turn on a beautiful sound bath or like some handpan music or something like that. And then just write. Set yourself a timer. At first, you might feel resistance. You're like, I don't know what to write. But if you just really stick with it, that's why I say set a timer for like at least 20 minutes, because those first like 1 or 2 or 3 minutes, you might feel resistance. But then once the pen starts flowing and you get into that flow state, you're actually channeling intuitive messages from your higher self. It's not just thoughts that are coming out of your head and onto the paper. These are intuitive messages from your higher self, from your spirit guides, from your spirit allies, from your ancestors, from your angels. There's messages that need to come through here that are going to help you move through the fear, okay? Now, fear is the primary energy for the month. I am going to ask about challenges too. Don't shoot the messenger. Again, this is my tough love deck, right? It calls us on our shit. It tells us where we're going to be challenged, and we need to know, because 9 times out of 10, it's us, right? We're the only thing getting in our own way. Spirit, please share with us, what is the biggest challenge for the Leo collective? That one just totally wanted to pop out. Okay, surrender. Your biggest challenge is going to be releasing control. And I mean, I'm a Virgo. That's like the name of my game. I get that. It is challenging to release control. The thing is, when we're trying to control so tightly the outcome, we're missing all these other opportunities. It's like, Leo, I see you looking like laser focused, like tunnel vision. You can only see what's in front of you. The problem with this is that we can't see all these other opportunities all the way around us because we're only looking right here, okay? So this says release and surrender all control and let nature take its course. I just want to do a little clarifier on this, okay? There's some intuitive life coaching questions that come with this that I like to use as journal prompts, but I feel like they're going to help really get the gears turning for you, okay? So surrender. What do you need to surrender or release in your life right now? What do you need to surrender or release? Over what or who are you exerting too much control? What are you trying to control? What outcome are you trying to control? What person are you trying to control? And how are you trying to control your current situation? Why do you feel the need to control it? This says you've done all that you can do. Whatever situation, I call this my keep me up at night problem. So whatever situation is really calling your attention the most right now, it's calling for you to release and surrender control. When you're no longer trying to control things and you allow them to take their natural course, everything begins to align for your highest good. What you think you need and what is for your highest good are two different things. Be open-minded and be willing to look at the bigger picture. Ask your wiser self about what is in your highest good, as well as the highest good of everyone else involved. Step back and let go, and you will see the circumstances begin to move of their own accord. Whatever this situation is, it involves the fate of many. You are not meant to control it. When you let go and ask for the highest good of all to unfold, you may be surprised at what happens next. Know that spirit is in charge, and when you surrender and trust that everything will work out, everything will shift in a way that is even better than you had hoped for or you could have predicted. I hear that song in my head, like, I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. Now that's like a mantra, right? Like it just repeats over and over. If you don't know that song, look it up. And if you don't like my singing voice, tough. Sorry about your lack. I just was decided that I wanted to sing all of a sudden. I don't know why. But I hear that song, and that could be a mantra for some of you. So maybe a good song for you to listen to while you're doing some automatic writing. I don't know. What is it that the Leo Collective has to look forward to in the month ahead, please, Spirit? What is the Leo Collective looking forward to? Oof. Your cards are just like, boom, jumping out. Okay, you and I both got the same card, okay? I'm a Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon. We got the Hibernation card, which is the Virgo card, right? The Hermit card. So your soul is calling for you to take some time out away from other people, for rest, and for meditation. Now, you got the hidden treasure, you got the surrender card. We talked about fear. You're getting meditation again. Now, this is the second time that I've mentioned meditation to you in today's reading. When you get the same message from Spirit twice in the same reading, that's like a great big exclamation mark at the end. It's like Spirit underlining it and saying, pay attention to this message. So if you are not someone who meditates, I highly encourage you to listen to some guided meditations. Meditation can be challenging. It took me a really long time to learn how to meditate. I'm much better at it now than I was, but for a long time there, I could only meditate if I listened to guided meditations. And even then, when I was learning how to listen to guided meditations, a lot of the times I would fall asleep. I would just fall asleep. I'm like, I didn't get anything. I just fell asleep. Or my brain would be going a million miles a minute. Again, I'm lots of Virgo in my chart. Like, tell a Virgo to stay out of their own head. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. We overthink a whole lot. So learning how to meditate can be challenging. I do have lots of meditations here on the channel. I definitely encourage you to check them out. I'll put one in the end of the video here, a cleansing and grounding meditation. That one will be really, really helpful for some of you. But again, it doesn't have to be anything. It can be just like the automatic writing I was talking about earlier. Light a white candle, throw your salt lamps on, light an incense, put on a sound bath, and just write down in your journal, I am going on a journey too. And that's your intention. Like, what is your intention? To release fear. Maybe it's to discover my gifts. Maybe it's to connect with a spirit guide or connect with an ancestor or a past loved one. Maybe I'm going on a journey to release and surrender control over whatever situation it is that you are struggling to release and surrender control over. There's definitely a call here for you in the month of May to be going on more meditations, listening to that inner voice. You got hidden treasure, okay? So that's going to help you move through this fear, your gifts, right? But it also says you have brilliant untapped potential just waiting to be explored. So through this active meditation, you're going to become more aware of some of the gifts that you naturally have, and we all have them, right? Like, our intuition is just like any other muscle. The more that we practice it, the more we exercise it, the more that we trust it, the stronger it's going to get. And then on the flip side of that too, you know, like just like a muscle, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. Like, you know, this happens all the time. It's atrophy, right? Like, you don't see very many super strong old people because as we age, our muscle naturally atrophies. And then every once in a while, you see like a really fit old person and you're like, wow, how is that possible? Well, because they exercise. The only way to maintain muscle is to exercise. The only way to maintain our intuition is to use it, to trust it. A lot of the time, society, our culture, our community, our parents, our upbringing, everything takes us away from our intuition. Everything teaches us not to trust our intuition. But there's something here for you, Leo, in the month ahead about learning to trust your own intuition. And the more you trust it, the more it's going to grow. Now, this is applicable for anyone. You could be watching for your son, your moon, your rising. You could be watching for anywhere in your chart, and this will be applicable to you. We all have Leo somewhere in our chart, right? Let me know if this is resonating. If this is speaking to you, please hit that like button. You know, it does support the channel. The more people who like this, the more people who will see it, the more likely I will be to show up again next time. Let me know in the comments. Leave me comments. I want to hear what's going on and how you're resonating. And if you know any other Leos in your life, please share this video with them. We will dig a little bit deeper before we wrap up though and go into the extended reading. So let's see here. Okay. What else does the Leo Collective need to know about the month ahead, please, Spirit? Hidden treasure, hibernation, surrender, and fear. I'm trying to see if I can see any like commonalities between them. And I do see a lot of threes here. What do threes represent? Mind, body, soul, balance, mind, body, and soul. So how are you eating? What's your diet like? Are you eating ultra processed food? Are you eating too much food? Are you not eating enough fruits and vegetables? Are you moving your body? I talked about that analogy with muscle. Like, are you moving your body, or are you just staying still all day long? I feel like there's definitely something here for you to balance more. Balance your mind, your body, your soul. There's lots of 3s here in your card, lots of them. Hibernation is the card 66. Well, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, right? Surrender is the card 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. Hidden treasure is the card 9. 3, 3, 3. And then you've got fear, which is 37. So that's a 10, but you've got a 3 at the front of it anyway. So there's lots of 3s here for you. So there's definitely something, Leo, around balance, balancing your mind, balancing your body, balancing your soul. When it comes to your mind, like, what are you listening to? What are you consuming? Are you surrounded by people who just blame, complain, and criticize all day long? Because that's going to have a negative effect on your mindset, right? And what about your soul? Are you doing spiritual practices? Are you cleansing? Are you grounding? Are you protecting your energy? Are you meditating? Are you journaling? Are you pulling your own cards? Are you grounding, connecting with nature? If you pray, have you been praying, or have you been putting that on the back burner lately? If you have an altar, have you been leaving offerings? There's no right or wrong. It's just, are you connecting with your spiritual journey, no matter what that means to you? It's going to be different for all of us, right? What else does the Leo Collective need to know for the month ahead, please? Okay, soul group. You're about to reunite with members of your soul family. Look, we got another 3 there. Card number 53. Soul group. So you're going to have some new people enter into your life this month, I feel, and you're going to know that they're members of your soul family because they're going to feel very familiar to you. Like, when you meet someone, it's going to be like, holy crap, I could tell them my whole life story. It's like, I just met this person, but I feel so comfortable with them. Obviously, use discernment. You don't want to just, totally verbal vomit all over everybody. You want to make sure that these are people that you can trust. But if somebody gives you that instant familiarity, and you really feel like you could tell them your whole life story, they very well could be someone who's a part of your soul family. All right, and then one final message, please, for the Leo Collective to wrap up this reading today. What is one final message to help the Leo Collective align with their highest path, their highest purpose, their highest timeline in the month ahead, please? Okay, resolve. So whatever this fear is causing you to feel, like, there's something here, whatever this situation is that the fear is controlling, the resolve card tells us that you're about to get the answer, okay? Things are about to come into play, but it is going to require that you make a decision about something, okay? You can't be passive. The resolve card is an action card. It's a card about taking action. You can't just be passive and expect that things are going to figure themselves out. That's not the case here, okay? Yes, it is important for you to surrender the outcome. It's important for you to connect with your own intuition, your spirit guides, your spirit allies. But then once you feel like you've got an answer, once you feel like you know what the answer is, then it's time to take action and make a decision. What is this decision about? Like, I feel like for some of you, this could be a decision about a relationship that needs to end or change or shift. It could be about career. Maybe your decision is to leave a job or start a new career, start a business, take your side hustle full time. I feel like that could be something for some of you for sure. There's some crossover between some of the messages here. So I'm curious, if you're watching for your sun, your moon, your rising, you can let me know down below in the comments. If you've cross-watched, if you watched for your other signs, are you getting the same message multiple times? Because this message around career has come up for a few of the signs already. And then maybe this is even about, this decision could even be about balance. It could be about balancing your mind, balancing your body, balancing your soul. Again, only you will know. If you want to go a little bit deeper into this, you can check out the link down below in the description box for my one-on-one sessions. I open up 5 of them a month. So you can take a peek at that and see if there's something in there that's speaking to you. And that's also where you'll find the link to join us on the extended reading. In the extended reading, you do also join the Sacred Self-Empowered Community membership, where we meet twice a month on Zoom. So there's lots of opportunities to have some one-on-one time together, and even in a group setting. So I do hope to see you over there on the extended reading. Leo, have a beautiful month of May, and we'll dive into it just a little bit deeper.